All right. So this is live. If you're watching the replay, you can fast forward a bit. All right. So I'm Juliet. I'm thrilled to guide you through my 14-step process when it comes to self love. Um, so this isn't just another self love talk. This is about reprogramming your subconscious mind to break free from self sabotage and build deep, lasting self trust and confidence. So, this is for you if you ever felt like you're holding yourself back, you're constantly seeking validation from others, you struggle to set boundaries or trust yourself, you battle imposter syndrome, self doubt, or perfectionism, then you're in the right place. So let's talk about why self sabotage happens. It's not about willpower, it's about subconscious programming. So, some root causes of self sabotage include fear of success, it feels unsafe, your subconscious will sabotage it. Fear of failure, you're afraid to fail, you'll hold yourself back to avoid disappointment. Fear of visibility, if being seen feels threatening, you'll play small. Unhealed self concept wounds. So if you don't believe you're worthy, you'll subconsciously block opportunities. So self sabotage can look like procrastination, perfectionism, overgiving, people pleasing, avoidance or indecision, overworking to prove your worth. So I want you to take a moment to reflect. What is your biggest self sabotaging pattern? Write it down or make a mental note. All right, so let's talk about the self mastery process. Step one is to start by healing your self blame and shame. Self blame and shame weigh us down and keep us stuck. So in Better You in 52, we use this technique called compassionate reframing to shift the blame into a growth experience. So then, once you are able to heal that self blame and shame, you can finally cultivate self like, because there's no way that you can feel self love if you don't even like yourself. So, a technique that you can use um, to do that is a simple mirror exercise. So, each day, say one thing that you like about yourself. Step three is to address self neglect. So once you start to like yourself and genuinely appreciating who you are, this is when you start to address the self neglect. You notice it actually because now you like yourself. You're like, wait, I've been neglecting myself. So you start to prioritize your needs. And one way to start to do this and address it is to create a daily self care ritual. So once you address self neglect and you work on it daily, you'll then have the motivation and the strength to stop self abandonment. So you're going to be showing up for yourself. Um, and a technique you can do is to practice inner child healing through journaling or visualization. In Better You 52, there's actually the self hypnosis to help guide you on this inner child healing journey to make it foolproof, but you start that you stop self abandonment. And once you stop self abandonment, this is going to build deep self trust. You need self trust in order to stop self sabotage. So once you do this, then you can move on to step five. So step five is when you stop self rejection. You embrace the parts of yourself that you tend to reject. And so you'll use the counter argument process to challenge self rejecting thoughts. That's just one of the techniques that you'll learn. Um, this is something that you have to do continuously. Then, once you stop that self abandonment, stop the self rejection, this is what's going to help you actually build self discipline, because this is consistency and follow through is the key to self mastery. So you're thinking about, oh, self love, stop self sabotage, but you don't have any self discipline. So once you do this, then you can use mental rehearsal to practice those disciplined behaviors, especially with ADHD. Use mental rehearsal to practice making your bed, practice getting up in the morning, doing your morning routine, practice going to the gym, practice going to work. Mentally rehearse this. Then once you build self discipline, this is when you are able to rely on your decisions and your instincts. This is when you actually have some self trust. And you can help strengthen this by recalling the past successes to build confidence in your decision making. And then with the self discipline practice and the daily self care ritual, that is really going to strengthen your self trust, because all of these steps are essential to self hypnosis. You cannot hypnotize yourself to hit any of the new goals that you have in life if you don't trust yourself. So you have to do these steps in order to be a better hypnotherapist, even if it's self hypnotherapy. Next, you're going to strengthen your self respect. Self respect is about enforcing your personal boundaries. So everyone's talking about, yeah, I'm working on my boundaries, but you don't really hold on to your boundaries are your responsibility. And oftentimes you won't hold on to those boundaries because you're still self rejecting. You're still participating in self abandonment. You haven't developed your self trust. But once you do the steps all the way to seven, this is going to strengthen your self respect. Next, once you build that self respect, that's when You have self validation. You validate your thoughts and feelings without relying on others because you feel so much stronger. Another technique, mirror work in a hypnotic state to help with this self validation. And self validation is the cure to any internalized oppression. So if you have a marginalized identity, doing all the steps necessary will help you release those negative beliefs about your identity. Next is step 10. You're going to stop acting against your true self. So you'll use some affirmation suggestions like, I act in ways that reflect my true self. Next is step 11. You're going to overcome your self-doubt. So replace doubt with confidence and certainty. And a technique to do this is regularly affirm your capabilities with vivid imagery, which is essentially self-hypnosis. So by the time you get to step 10, you'll be in a position to hypnotize yourself to overcome any doubts that you may come across when trying to hit a goal. So this is the level where you're about to receive or achieve self-mastery, but because you've achieved so much through steps 1 through 10, that now you're able to actually hypnotize yourself and overcome doubt. You'll then also be able to hypnotize yourself to be more self-compassionate during tough times and enter the level of self-acceptance. So you're accepting yourself fully, flaws and all. You're integrating all the parts of yourself with the whole self-integration technique. You're essentially visualizing integrating all parts of yourself into a harmonious whole. Then finally, step 4. This is when you're able to cultivate that self-love. You're going to be using that as a foundation for self-mastery. You'll use guided loving kindness meditations, or you'll be able to actually use self-hypnosis to cultivate this. And so those are the steps. So if you're someone that has been wondering, like, how do I hypnotize myself? How can I get myself to actually hit the goals that I want to hit this year? If you follow this self-mastery plan that's built on self-love, it'll be foolproof. You'll actually be able to not only clarify what you really want and know what you really want, but be able to achieve it so much easier and so much faster with this process. Because self-hypnosis allows you to rewire those deep subconscious patterns, build self-confidence, self-trust, and resilience, and integrate lasting change from within. So your journey doesn't have to stop here. You can join us in Better You 52. It's a year-long self-mastery system designed to eliminate self-sabotage at its root, reprogram your subconscious for deep self-trust and success, and integrate lasting transformation across all aspects of your life. It includes weekly self-hypnosis sessions, mind shifts and practical tools, also ongoing support. Because everything that you need is already within you. You just need to break free from self-sabotage and step into your most empowered self. So you can use the link below to join at the special rate for this year. You can have the monthly experience for just one payment, and you'll get access to all of the self-hypnosis systems to help make it easier for you to achieve the next level of the self mastery steps, just breaks it down. Each month you focus on one step, and it just makes the process so much easier. Or you can get the inner shift kit, and it's more DIY where you follow the process on your own, step by step. But either way, you'll be guided through this year-long journey to ensure, like, if it's something that has always held you back, if you just trusted yourself more, if you just believed in yourself more, this is how you do it. This is how you're able to achieve it. All right. Thank you so much for joining me live. Please let us know if you have any questions. And if you're watching the replay, just email us at assistant@moveforward.com.